Hello friends, and welcome to another Modern League. Today we're returning to Yawgmoth combo, my favorite deck in Modern. There should be a few surprises here. This is the same deck that I've been playing for quite some time. There's been no changes since the last video I made where I was featuring two Boseiju. So we've got the two Boseiju, two Birds of Paradise, Scavenging Ooze, and Hapatra in the main, two Geralf's Messengers, three Grist. As far as the sideboard goes, I'm liking the punishment as a way to potentially answer zero mana cards like tokens, or to deal with stuff like Hammer Time, or even if the opponent's one drop heavy, for instance, like a Shadow deck. Although we will have to worry about Murktide now that Luris has been banned. We got the four Thoughtseize, Outland Liberator as an additional way to deal with artifacts and enchantments, which is complementing the Force of Vigor. We've got a secondary Scavenging Ooze, two Necromentia, and four Endurance. One land hand on the play. This is how we got hosed match one last league, by keeping a hand like this. Oh, you're watching Snap Bolt on YouTube? Sweet, sweet. Which deck was it? Oh yeah, I started watching that one. I'm gonna have to finish it. That one looked really cool. We're gonna gamble. This is probably a terrible keep. But if we get land on top, we're doing okay. If we keep the Hierarch and land on top, we're doing real good. We're just gonna get screwed here now. It's embarrassing. Come on, give me a land. Okay. We're still in it. And banned. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can go get the Zombo and then play Yawgmoth on turn 4. Hey, thanks for the luck stream, team. Have fun with your nap. Naps are awesome. Oh, that's the plan. Surely it can't be any worse than the first league. Surely. And don't call me Shirley. Got a fan of Airplane in the chat? Yeah, that was a A genius piece of cinema. Did a really good job with that. Unfortunately, being my age, I didn't have quite the full experience because I hadn't seen all of the disaster movies previously. I didn't have the experience with some of the actors being, like actually part of that culture before, but still able to enjoy the movie for what it was. Cool, we got our Yogg. Oh, they're playing Thought Scour. That's cool. Is Thought Scour a common thing to see in Murktide? Figure most people have gone over to consider for the. Oh, there's the Murktide. Got a lot of draws on our side to win the game, though. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Blaubear. Most play consider. All right. Well, we got, like I said, a lot of draws to find the win. Let's start by killing the Ragavan. Cutthroat? Oh, that might just do it by itself. Get wrecked, Murktide. Oh, yeah, they concede. Don't need to see any more. Struggling with what to do with my Boros Prowess deck. Now the Lurrus is banned. Oh, I see. I mean, you can still play the same deck. You just don't have access to Lurrus. Um, the thing is, like, one of the struggles is, like, do you now play Solitude or Fury? Like, you have access to some of the higher level or higher casting cost spells, but is that going to dilute your strategy if you're playing Prowess? Do you really want the elemental incarnations? Are they really helping your deck? They're not. uh Bedlam Reveler, yep. Although that was something I moved away from, honestly, even without the Lurrus, just because sometimes it would just have a tendency to rot in hand for a while. Hey there, handsome. Noggin got magnetized. Did it leave you with any cool powers? Can you control metal now? Well, don't leave us all in anticipation. Not a fan of this one. I guess it's probably pretty obvious. Like, it's just full of lands. We can't do anything until turn 3. And now we got a 1-land hand with no dork. We're going to mulligan to Oblivion here. Alright, this one's keepable. We're going to get rid of Urborg and I think Geist. I think we get rid of Geist so that if they play the Ragavan turn 1, we can turn 1 Yawgmoth. Okay, Leyline of the Void. Wow. Did not expect that out of the opponent. 100% surprised on that Leyline. Ignoble. Chord of Calling is interesting. Another expressive iteration. It's going to give the Dragon Rage Tranneler Delirium again. Brutal. Kind of thinking I just want to put the Endurance down right away so they don't have a chance to counterspell it. Hey, Dollar Cutie. Yawgmoth Friday. Definitely one of my favorite days. Boseiju gets rid of Leyline if we like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We play the Boseiju. Chord of Calling can go get us Yawgmoth. But with a leyline on the board, Yawgmoth's not super hot. We might just want to get rid of this. They're back up to 3 card types. So it should be pretty easy for them to hit Delirium, Sorcery, Artifact, Creature. Heck, all they have to do is attack into me and I'll give them a creature in their yard. Bird of Paradise. 2, 3, 4, 6. Try and Chord of Calling for Grist. Let's just hold back here. If they try to kill a creature, maybe I'll just Chord of Calling for Grist or something. Could also Chord of Calling for another Endurance, actually. And that'll be really good if they try to kill something like an Endurance with Unholy Heat. Yeah, I'll block that. Nice. I like the way that worked out. Expecting this to be countered. What a draw. Oh, they have another counterspell? Alright. Oh, hey there, Titan Rising. The matches have, well, the first league was really bad. We've started up a second one, and we're having a little bit more luck. Playing a little bit better anyways. Oh, shit. Sorry to hear that, you're sick. That sucks. And a Murktide. Speaking of sucks. Grist? Ugh, just Wall of Roots. Titan Rising. Cheers. Hey, that's true, that's true. Got this match to get through and 4 more hopefully after that. Yeah, we're going to be taking 11. That's a ton of damage. Woof. Alright, if they let us block the Murktide, we get 1 more draw step. Okay, okay. The Boseiju makes this playable. Makes this actually kind of good. Oh wow. Yeah, that true conviction is definitely worth more than a chest by itself. Very cool. Oh, I see. Okay, I got you baited. Yeah, no, that's the paper price. The E price is nothing. Okay. Another young wolf. What would you say to another young wolf? Got wolves for days, chat. Wolves for days. I like that they're not holding up Counterspell here. That's really good for us. Looks like we're just going to be able to slam down Yawgmoth. What do we think about that? Seems pretty good to me. Double creature, mill 2. We could just kill the Darcy here. All right, so all we got to do here is draw Chord of Calling. But I think that we're in such a commanding position that we can probably just pass the turn and try and draw Chord of Calling if they interact with us in any meaningful way. Otherwise, we can just attack in for 7 and make them do a thing. So like I could just combo here, draw cards, look for Chord of Calling, but if I don't have to, then why put myself in that risky position of maybe missing? Ah, Titan Rising. 1 second there. We win the match. Yeah, Titan Rising, I'm with you on that. Um, we've talked about it before, but it kind of feels like when you're the winner and you say GG, it kind of feels like get good, scrub. So yeah, I just generally let the loser of the game decide how it's going to go. If they say nothing, then nothing needs to be said. Oh, sideboarding against rhinos. Rhinos is an incredibly difficult matchup from what I've heard and from what I've experienced. They just have a ton of really strong cards against us. Really, really tough to deal with rhinos. All right, let's play double Yawgmoth. You play Ragavan, I play Yawgmoth. And we can Eldritch Evolution a Yawgmoth into a zombie, and hopefully Yawgmoth for the win the turn after that. So as for like what you could potentially board, Punishment is pretty good against them. Necromentia, get rid of the Rhino pieces. You could potentially bring in Thoughtseize, but I think probably Punishment and Necromentia probably your best bets. Who knew monkeys were weak against wolves? All it can do is climb a tree and wait. Alright, single blue mana probably doesn't have counter magic. We should be safe to Eldritch Evolution. Yeah, you got it there. Yeah. I think crime punishments are pretty cheap, right? So we're going to attack with a young wolf and then Eldritch Evolution. I guess we could go get Grist. Grist would probably be really good, actually. Let's do that. Oh, come on. Don't... Oh, bollocks. Spell Pierce. Oh, they kill one of our wolves. You're kidding me. $15 for crime and punishment? Oh, damn. Ooh, turn 4 Murktide. Full 8/8. Scary. We need to find a Grist off the top or something. Alright. It's not looking good, but we still have a chance. Yeah, I've been tricked by that before. There's a lot of green on this island. So if you're looking at the art, it does look like a forest. I remember I was playing Pauper a while back. First time these lands came out. Opponent puts an island down. I think I'm playing against a green deck. It turns out they were mono blue fairies. Swamp can be a good land. Oh, okay. Do you know which swamp it is? Unfortunate. Oh, down to 8. You can see on the bottom corner of this one here, 243 out of 264. One on one. But they're tapped out, so if we can find Chord of Calling, Eldritch Evolution, something like that, we might be able to win here. Okay, draw a card. Come on, come on, come on. Ignoble Hierarch. That's not going to play. Running out of mana here. Oh, shit. I forgot to gain life first. What a punt. I needed to gain life first for the Scavenging Ooze before that would work. It wasn't going to work anyway. Oh, with the Grist? No, we didn't have enough mana. Okay. A little bit embarrassing. Oh yeah, I just have several several cards memorized. I know exactly what their card number is, blah blah blah. It's just, stored in the back of my mind like everybody. I can barely remember the names of cards at times. Unfortunate. Wow, I already have Darcy online. I'm gonna play Hapatra here. I want to get the creature down so that we have access to a better Chord of Calling potentially next turn. Being able to play two creatures here, Hapatra and then Endurance, because Wall of Roots is making 2 mana in the turn cycle, is pretty nice. Yeah, that's true. It can be countered, but now they have, well, I guess they could still have Spell Pierce. Nice. Oh, so once the 3 green mana has been satisfied, it will no longer ask you if you want to use green mana. Murktide, just a 6/6. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't want to let them Ragavan, so I guess we won't do it on upkeep. Okay, let that resolve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cutthroat. Target, a sack snake. And scoop. Hapatra does good work. Eli bot, yeah. I play Yawgmoth combo every second Friday here on the channel. And I also put my videos up onto the YouTubes. Really not a fan of this hand. It's just way too land heavy. Like, we've got the turn 1 dork, but where are we going to do? Where are we going to go from there? This one's fine. We'll keep this and get rid of probably a Wall of Roots. Woof. Turn 1 Ragavan. I sure hope I get a wolf on top. No wolf. They're going to be able to get a hit in with that Ragavan now. Oh, that's fantastic. Love to hear it. Glad you were able to make it over to a live show. Alright, we're on the back foot here. Another Grist. That's right, I do have a YouTube channel where all the subs are free. It gets a little bit better with the Urborg. Nurturing Peatland is no longer painting us. Twilight Mire fixes the colors. Engineered explosives on 0? Sure. Oh. Ouch. That sucks. We're gonna have to kill that. That Murktide. Turn 3, 8/8 Murktide. Hey, Shauna. Welcome, welcome. Just in time to see me get my keister kicked by Murktide Regent. Really need this to be a young wolf. Yeah, that seems to be our only option. Now, they only have one card left in hand. We might not be in a terrible position here. Really depends on what they do this turn. What they hit with Ragavan. EE on 1. Interesting. I think I would have rather see what you hit with Ragavan first while you still have all your mana, but what do I know? I've just been a tough week. Don't worry about me, Shauna. I'm alright. How you doing? I'm happy to see that you're still with us. You still got internet. There's the young wolf. Not bad, not bad. Attack! No attacks. Yeah, it's a nice chin. What? Here comes Jace. Yeah, that is nice. Doing pretty decent. That's good to hear. Tired of worrying, so it's all dandy. It can be exhausting, you know? Like, it really takes it out of you. I'm sure a lot of people understand from our experience with COVID how eventually you just get exhausted from being afraid. Oh, let's see if they can counter Grist. Nope. Oh, that's good news, everyone. Oh yeah, that's true. Can't spell Pierce on a 1/1 insect. Good point. My Planeswalker eats your Planeswalker. My Planeswalker eats Planeswalkers for breakfast. Now, they're going to be able to kill Grist with Darcy. And the art on this Grist in particular is really, really cool. So many Darcys. Hey, it's our friend Yawgmoth. No, your last card in hand is Counterspell. All right, that's a good one. That's a good last card to have. Really good last card. Oh, you're gonna trade. Okay. Honestly, did not expect the trade there. Figured that they would just swing for 6 in the air turn after turn. Now you're giving me more turns to recover. Eight whack. That's that is a deck that exists, yes. Let's go. All right. So the way this works, I have to actually activate the Wall of Roots and then use the mana. Cutthroat, and then I can use the Wall of Roots to activate the Peatland on the opponent's turn. What? Seriously? You're gonna kill your own Darcy? Okay. Love it. Absolutely in love with that. Why would you kill your clock? I don't know. Maybe their last card in hand is Murktide. Sure. Like, they just 1-for-2'd. Why would you do that? Nothing good on this one. Let's just play Blooming Marsh pass. I don't know. Seems strange. I think we're gonna leave the forest in hand here. Kind of like bluff like we have Chord of Calling or something. EE on 0 does very little, but they played this Engineered Explosive so they could Surveil, put a card in the graveyard, and play a Murktide on turn 3. So yeah, this was just to speed out a Murktide. It does actually kill our insects, though. Oh, it also kills our snakes. Ah, here comes Murktide. We would already be dead, though, if they had just left their Darcy on the board, attacked for 3 every turn. Alright, they got a good draw. How about we get a good draw now? Hey! Oh, maybe I'm supposed to just cast this immediately so we can go get Grist. No counterspell. Nice. Grist. Oh, they're going to kill the Grist. Sure. We'll get rid of... guess the bird. Still playing. This game be crazy. Ignoble Hierarch. Might as well play it. Huh, yep, there's a clock. Yeah, this has been a very interesting game. I wouldn't exactly agree with all of my opponent's plays, but maybe they wouldn't agree with all of mine. Oh, another Jace. And we're out of Grist. Need a Strangleroot Geist off the top. No unearths. Unearth doesn't get Yawgmoth back. Yeah, that makes sense, Titan Rising. But just the way that I had tapped my creatures, I wanted to have an untapped creature set up so that if they dashed a Ragavan, nothing would have happened. So if I had gone back in time and rethought how I had tapped my stuff, I would have left this one untapped, tapped this one, and then sacrificed this one instead of the bird. Get an endurance. I guess we'll try and ambush the Darcy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Donut. 100%. I want all those good cards. I want all those Grists back. I think we do it now in response to the Jace, so they don't get a counterspell. So awkward. Red Flavor, thanks for the follow, friend. Now, it still has to attack. If they minus Jace on the Endurance, I just get to replay it, you know? It has Flash. Yeah, this way we get all of our Grist back in our library. Oh, nice. Attack the Jace. And kill the Jace. Hey, Titan, thank you so much for the bits. The good cheer. That's what happens when Rag meets Bob, bird versus monkey. Jace definitely doing a lot of work for the opponent here. They've brainstormed, what, like 2 or 3 times now? How many Murktides have they used? Only 2? What's your favorite card in the deck and why is it Strangleroot Geist? It's a combo piece. Has haste. It's a spirit. And if you play a Dork on turn 1, then on turn 2 you can play Wall of Roots and Geist. So good. Oh, come on. Let's try and kill this Jace. Oh yeah, Mono Green Stompy. That's a deck. Oh, they're going for the block here, so they probably have a removal spell for the Geist. Keep the Jace alive? What? Why would you block? Both were going after Jace. Why would you throw your Ragavan away? Oh, maybe they have Bolt for Endurance here? No? That made no sense. Sure. Counterspell my Hapatra. You got it. Play Pluto Delta. They have 1 card in hand. Our cards aren't very good. Put them to 1. One counterspell, 2 counterspell, 3 counterspell. They have 1 left in the deck. That's not going to be enough. Can't believe we won that match. That's preposterous. Ridiculous. Unbelievable. Inconceivable. So this hand here is really not interesting to me. Like we have a turn 2 play with Cutthroat, which is terrible. We are on the play, but like I hate this hand. I just hate it. This we can keep. We'll just get rid of a land here. I think we'll just get rid of Tomb. So you like the two Geralfs? Yeah, I've been steadily ticking down on how many copies of Geralfs I play, but I really want to play at least two so that, you know, if I have one in hand and I need to go fetch one, there's a lot of situations where having the third Geralf's Messenger is going to be really important. So at this point, I need to decide if I want to play the Geralf's Messenger, if I want to play Yawgmoth plus Hapatra. Hapatra could be really, really good if we find Yawgmoth on top. And it's also really good at attacking. Let's play the two cards. Two cards is also like we'll have a blocker, and two cards is better for Collected Company as well. Although this is a little bit worse for Eldritch Evolution. If they attack here, we'll block with Yawgmoth. I'm going to attack with Patra, see what happens. If they had a hammer, I'm sure they would have attacked. Okay, they're going to block. Maybe I'll get punished here. Figured for sure they would have attacked if they had a hammer. Oh, my mistake. Alright. So we can block this with a Yawgmoth, and we just need a Yawgmoth. And for them not to have Spear. That goes get Spear. That sucks. And if we had the Hapatra, we would have still had plays here. But we threw it away. That's going to be really, really tough to win this game at this point. Nigh impossible. How do I feel about the recent Pauper bans? I'm with it. Affinity was, again, proving itself to be too strong, so getting rid of Disciple takes away an entire avenue of victory for the deck. And obviously Relay needed to go. Alright, so we bring in Force of Vigor, bring in Necromentia, bring in Outland Liberator and Punishment. And we take out Messenger, Scooze. What else do we take out? Grists are good. Hapatra's good. So that makes the cuts from here difficult. Get rid of one Grist. One Geist. And then guess we'll get rid of one each of these. Only one land, but we have the Necromentia, so if we find land on top, we're in a really good position, but if we don't, we're totally screwed. I think we can find a better hand on 6. Alright, we'll keep this, get rid of Cutthroat. Although, like, the Cutthroat, like, we just have the combo. The thing is, I don't think we have time to deploy it. And I would rather have the Necromentia potentially on turn 3 to get rid of a hammer. Nice. All right. Just need a turn here without a hammer coming down. Perfect. Now we get to take all the hammers out of their deck. I should have taken a little bit more time there, just to like see what was in their deck, what was in their hand. Sometimes I forget that Necromentia doesn't reveal what's in their hand. So they had an Ornithopter, an Esper Sentinel, and something else, right? So we should be able to win in 2 turns here, depending on our draws. We got the Yawg, we got the Eldritch Evolution. Another Paladin, that's what it was, thanks. Alright, so they have Paladin and Doctor. I was going to put that in chat, so I remember what's actually in their hand there. Yeah, I'll take 2, no problem. No land. If we Eldritch Evolution here, they get to draw 2 cards. I'm not into that. I'm just going to play the Hierarch. Alright, so their last card in hand is Ornithopter. How many critters are you sending in? I'll take 4 damage, no problem. And we kill next turn. Target, sack. Target, sack. I like to talk to myself when I'm going through the combo so I don't make any mistakes. Pretty easy to misclick on this. Okay, opponent concedes. That's very nice of them. Yeah, Eli. That was a guaranteed win, especially with the 3rd Undying creature having the 2 young wolves in play. And the Strangleroot Geist means that even if they tried to interact while one of our creatures was in the graveyard, we still were able to just combo again. take that Thopter out of the chat there. We have turn 1 bird, we have punishment. I'm going to keep this. Esper Sentinel is their turn 1. Oh, Force of Vigor, love it. Punishment. Punishment looks pretty good here. Problem is they would get to draw a bunch of cards with the Esper Sentinels if we did that, and we lose the bird. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it would. The mana value on this should be 7. So we have 4 mana. If we punishment for 1, they get to draw 1 card. And we lose Bird of Paradise. Hollow Fountain on tap, so they got some plays here. Sigarda's Aid. Activate Inkmoth. Put a hammer on it. Give it protection from green, and then we Force a Vigor. If we get rid of the Nexus and the Mystic, then the punishment cleans up everything else. No, we can't get rid of the Mystic, obviously. So we get rid of the Nexus and maybe one of the Sentinels so we can save some mana next turn. No extra draws. Kill your stuff. So, green, black, and 1. And punishment X is 1. Hmm. Yeah, if I had thought about that, that would have been the thing to do, for sure. Didn't think about it. That would have been slightly better, for sure. Yeah, just immediately shame concede, because I didn't kill the Stoneforge. And they scoop. All right. I think this is good enough on the play, barely. Now you can waste your channel points now that you've done the deed. Got me to shave my beard. I'm glad that you took that upon yourself to see that it was done. I was starting to worry that just wasn't going to happen. Well, see, that right there is the kind of removal that we don't like. Exile effects. Plains and Blooming Marsh. This is interesting. Abzan, yep. Sort of Feast and Famine. That's gross. Hey, your friend and mine, Yawgmoth. Siege Rhino? That would be interesting. Inquisition, yep. That hits. Yeah, that is unfortunate. We do still have one Boseiju in the deck. Get rid of the evolution, that makes sense. I like Chord of Calling. Do we minus on the Stoneforge Mystic just to get rid of a creature so they can't put the sword on it? Because once they get the sword on the Mystic, that's a pain. Oh wow, they're just gonna let us do that? I think they do actually get another opportunity to respawn. They can respawn now. They get 2 opportunities to respawn to my trigger. Oh yeah, Yawg it twice. Well, they can't put the sword on the Batterskull this turn. Yawgmoth. Strangleroot Geist. We can make the Germ a 1/1. That's not going to be good enough. Let's draw a card. We're actually pretty close to just winning. We haven't played a land yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could draw up to Boseiju. So let's see here. To 2. Yeah, we could sacrifice both of our Geists to kill the Germ. So if when they pay the mana to equip to the Germ, we could kill it in response. We could just attack with the Geists as well. Yeah, that's the thing as well. We could just try and win. So they equip the Feast and Famine on the Germ, we discard the Grist, and as long as they don't have an answer to what we have on the board, we just win. But I think we can just attack as well, because if they block either one, I don't think we need to attack. I don't need to lose a Geist. I mean, it's not even just top decks, it's just... Oh, wow. Is that the best card we could have possibly drawn? Yes, it is. Yeah, we go get Cutthroat. And they concede. Love it. Alright, so Force of Vigor seems good. Liberator seems good. Don't think we need Scooze. Can take out one Messenger. Maybe one Grist? Maybe an Evolution? If they're going to be, like, exiling a lot of our cards, Evolution isn't super good. Yeah, there's a couple of flex slots in the deck. So, depending on your tastes, you're going to run, like, Scavenging Ooze, or Liberator, or Endurance, or Hapatra, extra Grist. You got a couple choices. I have a couple of extra flex slots because I'm only playing 2 birds, so that gives me room for the second messenger. Vizier is one of the flex slots. Yeah, I spent some time with Prosperous Innkeeper. It's a fine card, but the deck is incredibly tight right now. So every single card, you need to have a very good reason to have it in there. And I would rather play the other cards. I would rather have Scavenging Ooze. I would rather have Hapatra. I would rather have the second Messenger. So unfortunately, Innkeeper no longer fits in my list. But it does have a place. Like it's a fine card to put in the deck. She's a snake, of course she's flexible. Yeah, Hapatra has been one of the standout cards for me. Like for me, she stays in the deck. Barbari don't play Pauper. What's my thoughts on the bans? I'm fine with them. I like them. I appreciate it. Affinity needed another hit. The deck was still too good, and Disciple was, like the reason for it. Now it's a mid-range deck, so I think that's great. And Affinity still is fine. It's still a good deck, so that ban was fine. And then Relay needed to happen. The Storm deck was too good. And bringing back Expedition Map as an unban is getting people to play Tron again. I mean, I'm not a fan of that because I don't really like Tron, but Expedition Map wasn't the problem. The problem card as far as like searching for the lands is actually Crop Rotation. It depends, Barbar, which version you're running. So like if you're running the Cascade version, there's an 8 mana Cascade card, and then also the 7 mana Annoyed Altasaur that can uh, cascade into another card of your choice. So like really big dumb creatures, or you can play more of a control style deck, and your creatures at that point would be Dinrova Horror. And you can also just play Carvex Torch. Niyotogawa went 3-0 yesterday at a local tournament, brought Affinity. See, yeah, exactly. Affinity's still a good deck. Yeah, that's exactly what Carvex Torch does. Although I think that it's difficult to counter, if I recall correctly. Probably gonna like butcher the spelling on this. Let's see if I can get it to show up. Pay an extra 2 to target it. Alright, so we're gonna mulligan this. And we'll keep this one. Get rid of... I really don't like Dryad Arbor in hand. We're gonna get rid of the Dryad Arbor. And hope that we draw lands. Had a game in League 1 where I kept a 2-land hand. I didn't draw another land. Thoughtseize? Inquisition. What do you take here with your Inquisition? Bird of Paradise is a pretty premium target, but they might have removal for it. In which case, probably go for Grist. Oh, they go for the bird. There goes our turn 1 play. Bird on top. Oh, yeah. Thoughtseize glitch. We have the Twilight Mire. Let's just go to basic forest. not quite a Thoughtseize glitch because it was an Inquisition. And I mean, like, this is a, not exactly a bird, but effectively the same card. Oh, Prismatic Ending. Gets rid of our Dork. Alright, so we got a choice of Strangleroot Geist attack or play Liberator. I kind of like play Liberator because we have like the potential of it maybe flipping at some point. And if Liberator flips, we're looking pretty good, I think. Cauldra, that's a pain. If we get land, we'll probably have to kill the Stoneforge so they don't put Cauldra down. Oh, Thoughtseize gets rid of Grist. Yep. Alright, so the Cauldra is a big problem. We get another Grist. Thoughtseize glitch again, but we can't cast it. Yeah, they're down to 8. So number 1 is definitely Rhinos. Living End can be kind of difficult. Control is kind of tough. Burn is a little bit difficult. Amulet Titan is another one. I'm kind of like giving you more than 3, but number 1 is Rhinos. Woof. I had to make a comment about not drawing another land, didn't I? Couldn't have just kept my mouth shut. Oh, they're down to 6. Yeah, that's true, but the problem card here is indestructible, so doesn't actually do anything. Oh my, they're gonna Abrupt Decay the Trap Breaker. We have no targets. Yeah. I wonder if they're like me and they didn't realize that Cauldra Complet is indestructible. There was definitely a period of time where I did not realize that. Oh, I like that. Now we can play Yawgmoth. Brutal. Evoke Solitude. I would have had to have lost either the Wall of Roots or the Geist, right? I wanted to keep these creatures. Maybe I'll pay for it in the long run. Oh, thanks, Teasdale. Scary. I don't think the Grist is going to be helping us here. Let's keep the Wall of Roots and say in case we draw like a Chord of Calling or something. Ugh. Target Geist, sacrifice the Wall of Roots that we've used already. Target Stoneforge, get rid of this. Chord of Calling. Okay, they're at 6. And I think if we go get Cutthroat, we just win here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is Cutthroat. Or can we just go get the zombie and win that way anyway? Because the zombie puts them to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure, we can just go get zombie. Shit. Alright, that was pretty good opponent, and that's my fault too for killing your critter. Wasn't thinking about Fatal Push. Good one. Well played. Fatal Push was not on my radar at all. They had one card in hand, 1 mana up. I figured they didn't have anything. Now we're going to be seeing more Kaldra, more and more. Hammer Time's going to start playing it. Decks don't have access to Lurrus anymore, so they don't have to worry about the top end mana value. Yep, keep this. Start with a Bird of Paradise. That's very true. It's very true. Let's go get Overgrown Tomb. I mean, it's sort of like attacking on a different angle. Yeah, just ignoring it and winning the game through it. Oh, that's a pain. All right. Play Wall of Roots and Strangleroot Geist. So this would be a Chord of Calling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get a 2-drop. That's not good enough. Let's just attack. If they like make us discard, we'll go get a Young Wolf. Otherwise, we'll just wait and we can get Yawgmoth next turn. Oops, cancel. We gotta activate these first. Go get Young Wolf. And F6. Your Inquisition, it does nothing. Ooh, big Tarmogoyf. That's in the way. Good card. Go get Yogg. Alright, so if we find Chord of Calling, we just win. We have a lot of draws to find it. But there's only 3 Chord of Callings in the deck. A little bit risky to go for it here. We could wait and then sacrifice and do stuff. We haven't played a land. No, we have played a land this turn. So we need to find like exactly Chord of Calling in 13 draws. Yeah, we can block and do it. That lets them untap. Ashiok. That means that Chord of Calling isn't going to do it anymore. Let's see if we can find it in a few draws. Target, sack. We're just going to fill up our hand here. Target, sack. If we find Chord of Calling, we win. If we don't, we can win anyway because we have a full hand. Target, sack. Target, sack. Target, sack. Target, sack. Love it. The Evo wouldn't have won because of Ashiok. This is an interesting one. We have the Hierarch on the play, we have the Yawgmoth, but our hand is full of lands. I think I'm going to keep this. And we'll just hope that we draw spells off the top. I'm actually going to go ahead and fetch turn 1 to thin, get another land out of the deck, and then we have Verdant Catacombs. This one is for Dryad Arbor. Alright, so they were seen 19 days ago playing Hammer Time, but Steam Vents tells me they are no longer on Hammer Time. And we lose the Hierarch. Oh no. And we draw land. Oh no. How has Hapatra felt in this league? Amazing. It doesn't always do like incredible things, but enough of the time it does. Terrible draws though. Yeah. I'm like always worried about Ragavan is going to do. It gives them mana. It does so much. Maybe I should have just taken that hit and played the Yawgmoth, but this Murktide, you know? Oh, come on. Our draws have been so good this game. Who's ready for a counterspell? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, Yawgmoth resolves. Oh, okay, yeah, that does it. Unholy Heat, Snapcaster, Unholy Heat, grow the Murktide, attack for 9. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Let's just go ahead and concede here. We're not coming back from this. Alright, so what do we do against Murktide again? We bring in Endurance, and I think the Skoos. Take out the Eldritch Evolutions, and what was the other card we took out? Maybe a Messenger? It's alright, it's alright. Every match so far has been 3 games long, so we got the loss out of the way. We're going to win the next 2 in a row. Couldn't hurt. Alright. Lucky Hat engaged. Thanks, handsome. Yep. This is a good hand. Play bird first. Next turn, we got Wall of Roots Yawgmoth. Even if they kill the bird, we still have the same play. Looks like they're holding up Counterspell here. Let's play Hierarch. And we'll attack for 2. Now you don't have Counterspell, so we're going to be able to play Grist. Oh, damn it. That was me not paying attention. Should have an extra point of damage in there. Sorry, friends. They should be at 14. Mistakes were made. Oh, for the first time ever. Boseiju being a legendary land, not good. I don't think there's a lot of targets on the opponent's side for Boseiju. Oh my. That's not a card you see every day. Yeah, maybe I should put the Endurance down there. Get rid of their graveyard so they wouldn't be able to Murktide. Fortunately, we have the Grist to kill their Murktide. That's kind of awful. What to do? I just have Counterspell up for the Endurance anyway. We played pretty tight for the last 4 matches, but I seem to be slipping here. Yeah, I think we make them below the Counterspell. And we target ourselves. I don't know. I don't even want any of these cards back in my deck. I don't think we target anybody with the Endurance. Maybe we do target them. Okay, we don't have to worry about it. Counterspelled. Another land. Sack Walleroots. Kill Murktide. Yeah. Lars, definitely. But, you know, that's hindsight, right? Like, if we had drawn spells instead of just lands forever, then it would have been a different story, right? That's a good draw. I wonder if they still have Counterspell in hand. Looks like the answer to that question is yes. Oh, they're going to Lightning Bolt the Young Wolf first, and then let this resolve, and then maybe, like, hit it with an Unholy Heat so they can keep their Counterspell. Oh, that sucks. Pretty sure their last card in hand is Counterspell, too. Yep. Oh, that was a good draw for them. Oh, no. I guess we'll kill the Snapcaster Mage here. That's magic sometimes, friends. We had some really, really good games, but for the people that's just joining now, this game here, this match, is very representative of what the first league was like. The opponent, has everything. I'm making small mistakes. And we're going to get the 4-1, and that's okay. 4-1 is still really good. A lot of people are playing 4 Grists. 4 Grists is a really good idea. I'll put the GGs up in chat. Opponent does the same. And we have ourselves a 4-1, friends. Alright, friends, so this is the deck that we were playing today, Yawgmoth combo. We had quite a bit of fun. We had some good games. And we also saw some of the weaknesses of the deck, how sometimes you'll just be sitting there drawing air. It's good to be able to see both aspects of the deck so that you can see the deck winning, and you can also see sometimes how it spins its wheels, like a car stuck in the mud. Still, my favorite deck in all of Modern right now, and still highly recommended. Hapatra, working like a boss. The Scavenging Ooze isn't quite as relevant as it used to be, so it might be time for the Scavenging Ooze to lose its place in the flex slot, and we can put something else in there. We can either move one of the endurances from the sideboard into that slot. We can add the 4th Grist, but yeah, it kind of feels like it might not be the time for main deck Scavenging Ooze at the moment, but time will tell. Otherwise, yeah, very happy with the list, and don't think I would change anything else.